Well, we out here, boys. Welcome to the first installment of One Weed Fantasy Sports. Play a hole with me, and let's evaluate the draft. This is especially for Tack. This guy won't leave me alone. Every 5 minutes, he's texting me, he's tweeting me, he's MySpace messaging me for a recap. Enough, Tack. Here it is. Settle down, brother. Been a rough day. You know who else lost some opportunities the other day in the draft was Ryan Morgan. He came in best positioned, in my opinion. He had a solid squad of keepers and he had a lot of fantasy money, but he came off not very good. Morgan, you're in the bottom tier, my friend. Opportunities with Sean Gloucester. Gloucester came in, he had a plan, he stuck to it, he crushed the draft. He's got 3 guys who could potentially be number 1 at their position, and he's got a deep team all around. Gloucester, you're gonna hate this, but you are the best team as of right now. Glow is absolutely locked in. Guys sending out no less than 5 Instagram messages a minute about fantasy football. A minute. Guys locked. Well, I hooked that one into the trees. That was not my best effort. I'll tell you who else didn't give their best effort was Brian J. Guhuli. And the draft in the moment, I thought this guy's having a pretty good draft. But when I go back and I look at it, he's got some big question marks. He's got question mark at RB. He's got question mark at tight end. He's got question mark at wide receiver. He lacks depth. I have confidence in Guhuli. He's going to get it done, taking advantage of some of you in trades and on the waiver wire, but for right now, Guhuli's a mid-tier team. Well, I missed the punch out in the trees, but we got this putt for par. It was a really nice recovery. I'll tell you who else is putting for par right now is Adam Wilbur. Wilbur came in, he had a lot of money in the draft, a lot of money. But he came in and he made do. He spent a big wad on CeeDee Lamb. But overall, pretty good team, pretty good squad. Wilbur finds himself in the mid-tier. Well, I missed the putt there and didn't even capture it on videotape. Just kind of how today's going. I'll tell you who didn't miss the putt was Justin Gorman. Gorm came out. He had the best draft of any Gorman team that I can remember. He's pretty stacked. He's really stacked at running back. Gorm's going to find himself in the top tier. All right, here it is, hole 16. It's a short par 4. Slight dog leg to the left. I'm going to be hitting hybrid. 1. Well, that was just terrible. Wish I could hit a good shot so I can tell you about who had a good draft, but another bad shot. Reminds me a lot of the draft that Matt Poirier had. Poirier, he comes out with perhaps the oldest team in the history of fantasy football. Matt's theory, I guess, was you're not on my team unless you're over 40. The other team that had a real bad draft, which is surprising because their managers handled it so well, was Mangelo. This league team lacks depth at just about every position. They're incredibly thin at wide receiver. Both of these teams find themselves in the bottom tier. Well, camera fell over, so not sure what we had there, but I hit it pretty good. Think I'm on the green left side. Yep, we're probably 18 feet away for birdie after a remarkably bad tee shot. All it takes is one, boys. I'll tell you who had a pretty good draft was Dennis Liptak. Tack is a crafty veteran. You know he's going to come out. You know he's going to perform well. He had an okay draft. Not as good as my shot just there. I'm going to put Tack in the mid-tier. Well, missed the putt, but you can never be unhappy with a par. Same as Lav, he can't be unhappy with his draft. He came out, he executed. The only real question mark for this team is their lack of a WR1. But overall, Lav's team is really good and really deep. He definitely finds himself in the top tier of teams. And I would go so far, stay with me here, go so far as to put Lav in the 2 spot. Another team that just came out and executed at the draft was myself, Jberg GP, better known as Bjerg SL2. I got an email from Matthew Berry over the weekend just congratulating me on the draft that I had. You know, there was value, there were guys captured with opportunity, there's sleepers, there's bona fide number one guys. You know, when you think of how you should execute a draft, I might as well write a playbook because I executed flawlessly. I came in not having the best keepers, so I'm not in that, you know, top 2 of teams with Glow and with Lav. But I put myself right behind them, definitely in the top tier teams. What I lack in my golf abilities, I make up for in the depth of my squad. RBs and WRs on the bench that would be starters on most other teams. Just pat myself on the back. Well, that's it, guys. That's the recap. If you find yourself in the top tier, then congratulations. If you find yourselves in the mid or the bottom tiers, get out there, start working that waiver wire. All it takes is one. Good luck, everyone.